suddenly entering a mysterious area. Reaching out to other persons with vitiligo online or in person is a powerful way to deal with the issues and concerns, at the same time help others to also deal with theirs. Well, Penny uses social media to identify and mobilize other persons living with the condition.
I'm Mukatushabira Penina. I'm the Chief Mobilizer of Vitiligo Association of Uganda. It's me who mobilizes all the members, and really I do it on social media. I'm so much active on social media such that I get people with vitiligo and I register them. This vitiligo, I got it when I was in my late 20s. Yeah, now I'm 16 years with it. I got it when I already had a boy, a son, my firstborn. I didn't have vitiligo. Then I got it in 2006. That's when I got this condition. And it started slowly on my face, in my eyes here, and the lips. It started small spots, and immediately people said it's abalongo. When they said abalongo, then like I thought of twins in our homes. I couldn't really know. So my lips turned. That's why you see I normally wear lipstick. Then people said I'm HIV positive. It was too much on me. Others would say that I aborted twins. That was my challenge. So that time I still had a father of my boy who is now 12 years. Yeah, so we were together. That time we were still together when I had vitiligo. So we had to move everywhere. They went to these witch doctors. I remember I went to a shrine, which I didn't know it was, because they told me the man heals. So I went with the father of my son. When we reached the place and entered, we saw some funny things. So like the father of my boy said, no, you know what, let me leave you here. So like he left me in that shrine. The man said I should enter a room. It was dark. We were two people and we entered a dark room. So like the man said, you have to strip. I remove my blouse, and I was putting on a trouser that I removed. Then I stayed in my knickers. I remember that's what I did, and I really was shaking because I didn't know what he was going to do to me. So like in that, you remember the room was dark. He had put all the back cloth, and the room was dark. You could not even see anything. So in a short moment, I had people banging like the door. As you hear some running like with like a bunch of keys and banging the door. People started speaking in different languages, saying this Jaja from where, Manya Jaja from what, like talking things, but I was so scared. After telling me, they said they wanted a goat. They wanted, I don't remember even some things they asked, and some money. So it was that moment, the worst moment I had. So the time came, I dressed up and I went out of the room. After that time, I remember I paid the man 100,000 Ghanaian shillings. Then I promised him that I would bring the goat, that he was going to heal me, that this is abalongo, that the twins burnt me. But I didn't go back. That was my worst experience in my life. I didn't go back. That's how I started my journey. Then after some years, I started my single life because the father of my son left me, and I started the journey. When I was in Kampala here, that time I was in Mbarara, then I shifted, I came to Kampala. That's when I met a lady that had started this Vitiligo Association of Uganda. Then we joined. She invited me, then I joined this organization. That's how I came out of the situation, but I was not doing well because I could hide from people. I could not go to gatherings because everyone was looking at me. And I didn't know that when you're stressed, it triggers this thing very much. I was so stressed. That's why I almost, in fact, in 1 year, my whole body changed. I turned, my whole body is like this, the whole body. I didn't know that it was stress that that triggers vitiligo. So, and you know how they call me, I had nicknames. People would abuse me like I'm like a leopard. They call me those funny names, Mabara, because I have spots. I have so many funny names they could call me. Yes, that's my journey, but it has not been easy. And that time when I had this condition, 2011, that's when I had my boy, my son, who is okay, but he doesn't have anything on him. When I was changing this skin, I remember I would feel, as you feel like small ants, like on your face, and then like I try like to rub, as if you feel some small ants just running in you, and you feel like you want to rub yourself. But I didn't know like it was changing like this, because I tell you, me, I reached a time I never wanted a mirror in my home, because there's a time I looked at myself, the whole body, I couldn't believe that I was like this. It is a challenge. People, when I meet people, they run away from me. So now you can imagine this situation when you're naked, to get a spouse, when someone you naked, see this skin, it is something challenging. Stigma was too much. You know, in families, you sometimes you have your own people. I have a brother who is so lovely, my real brother. He loved me so much, like he could provide, and he really shows me love. Others, you know, like even it comes to family where you find you're discriminated, but when there's like a function, you see they don't want to take you because you're not looking nice. So when I was in this social media, I met a lady called Nankunda Hope for raising teenagers. Oh, that was my best. When I met Hope, we talked. I sat in her office and we talked. I really went out when I was okay. She counseled me, we talked. Then I came out of the stigma. Then I said I could, you know, consoling yourself, like, I tell people I'm beautiful because I'm unique. So this is beauty. That's how I tell them, just consoling myself. When you go to, especially when I go to villages, people there, others don't know that it was vitiligo. People are there, others, they say it is HIV. People are using these local herbs as we started. Of course, they are still in that witchcraft things and spending their money as we did. People don't know that it is vitiligo, but when we reach out to them, I sensitize, I tell them, we share stories, you know, everyone has a story to tell. We have different challenges. Yes, it is, people are trying to come out now. At least I'm doing a great job. Oh, in the field, so I got a girl. When I got a girl on social media, a young girl, she was neglected by the parents, so she was staying with an old woman in village. So someone contacted me, and I went to that village in Mitoma. I reached out to the family. I looked at the girl. When I hugged the girl said, no, since I've got a mother now, this one will not leave me. So what I did, the girl was so stressed. The parents, she had no parents. The parents, the mother got married somewhere, so the father was also not in a home. So the girl was living with the judge in a village. What I did, I contacted TV West in Barara. So we went and we captured the story of the young girl. Then I brought the girl in my home here in Kampala and stayed with her for 2 years. At the time of lockdown, I taught her English, I did everything. Then I introduced her to the organization. Now we are paying for her school fees, we are catering for her, and we give her sunscreens, and she's well, she's doing well. In the challenges, now like the outreach we had in Mitoma, we had a challenge because we are intervened by the district. You know, we had not communicated what we are doing. They said they have to do memorandum of understanding with them since we have not done that. So those are the challenges like we got. There's a time I didn't do what I was supposed to do because I had not contacted the district. So they interacted me and I didn't do well my work. You know, vitiligo is very funny. Sometimes it goes itself and comes back. Now maintaining the skin like this, we have been supported by people living with albinism. You see, these sunscreens, we cannot manage these sunscreens, they're very expensive. So people with albinism, they are supporting us with sunscreens. So me, my skin, as you see, I cannot move on sun. When it is too hot, I cannot move without this, with the sunscreen. That's how we are managing it. And health-wise, me, I eat anything that comes across me. Really, I really visited the dermatologist when I had started. But now, I'm fine with it because I spent a lot on this skin, so I decided to leave it. To leave it like this. Because now 16 years, people are used to me like this, and I don't think even changing will disturb people. Those that change to like albinos, sometimes they use the injections, something. Maybe you can tell, yes, you can tell a dermatologist to give you an injection and maybe you change and you become one skin. But to me, like, I don't want it because at least since I have some cameranin, it helps me. Now, the time I gave birth, it was not really generalized. But the time he grew up seeing me like this, now, like when we are home, he normally tells me that I'm the most beautiful woman on earth. That's what he tells me. So now, like when I'm saying I have medicine to heal me, he said, Mommy, don't mind. You look so beautiful and unique. So like he's used to this condition, but the challenge he had was school. So whenever I took that boy in Chitante, they ran away from you. Mommy, what happened to your mom? What happened to your mom? So like my boy would come, so stigmatized, Mommy, they disturbed me at school. They asked me, is it acid? Was it acid? Was it what? What happened to your mom? Until I reached the administration and talked to them. They gave me time. I met some teachers and the head teacher. We talked. Then they gave me time to sensitize between them, to teach them and the parents. So whenever there is a function, a big function, they give me that chance to talk to the parents and children. Now, like, they know that it is vitiligo. My son is now okay at school. I have a boy, a small boy. The parent told me, but it is a small spot inside. It is not seen. When a parent saw me doing it, then he came to me and showed me the boy has a small spot on the thing. But since he puts on, you can't tell. People that are watching me, I really tell them that awareness, at least people should also help us and create awareness. People don't know what vitiligo is. People are spending their money. People are stigmatized. So at least people, when we reach to people and when we send this message and you hear this message, whoever is listening or seeing me, at least you also deliver a message. This is not a contagious disease. It is just vitiligo.
No matter how supportive friends and family may be, there are times when only another person with vitiligo can fully appreciate what you're going through. Penny, thank you for a job well done in terms of mobilizing others and ensuring that they can comfortably accept their condition. Catch you next week, same time.
inspiring Uganda.
On the journey of AGOA, one of the things that first happened was to train over 2,000 girls.
So there were many problems for investors at the time I joined Uganda Investment Authority. And our role was to identify them, go to government and say, you've got to change this.
In 1986, we had about 2,000 kilometers of what you would have called paved road, but in very sorry state.
I want to thank UBC that enables us to get these very important messages.
Showcasing where we were and how far we have come.
The Kalanga Infrastructure Services Limited, we signed an implementation agreement where we are running 2 ferries, we're generating and distributing power to the entire Bugala Island, supplying clean piped water.
Even Enterprise Uganda, we started with 5 people. Today we're all over the country. When you are approached by UBC,
Every week,
please make time and offer us the benefit of knowing where you came from, what you are doing, where you are headed to, so that we can all appreciate that things can be done.
A new dawn on Behind the Headlines with me, Timothy Nyangweso, every Wednesday live in our studios in the heart of Kampala. We have conversations that have analysis, explanation, but not every truth is fact and not every fact is truth. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
All on your public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Did you know that our #1 value as a nation is to respect and protect the environment? With the current population increase of Uganda and industrialization, this has increased pressure on the natural resources, resulting into environmental degradation and global warming. Developing countries like Uganda could face 80% of the global climate change effects by the year 2030 if no action is taken. Join us here on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda, on our Eco Plus program, where we bring you an in-depth analysis of issues that are disastrous to our environment. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. only on your loved station, the National Broadcaster.
Junko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Junko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
UBC is the national public broadcaster. We educate, inform, entertain, and inspire our audiences. You can watch us on free-to-air channel 001, DSTV channel 282, GoTV channel 371, Star Times channel 201, Zuku TV channel 20, and Azam TV channel 350. Even when your subscription expires, you can still watch UBC for free on your pay TV platforms.
107.3 Kampala, 96.9 Mbale, 95.7 Jinja, 98.6 Soroti. You are all covered.
UBC Vitiligo. UBC Vitiligo. This week on UBC.